Let's roll the clock back to 2014. We're talking pre-Arthro, pre-UGC catalog, basically way before Roblox went full-on corporate. Right in the middle of that time came a dev who would quietly change everything. A dude named Aesthetical. He wasn't famous, he wasn't part of some elite dev group, just a regular guy who made a Roblox account on January 1st, 2014 as New Year's resolution. He started a new project, one that would accidentally kickstart a whole genre. He posted on the forums, throwing around ideas for a prison-based roleplay game. And then it dropped. May 30th, 2014, the first version of Prison Life hit the site. And yeah, it didn't exactly blow up. We're talking 5 to 10 visits a day. Most of those were probably just him testing it. But then came the legendary forum post in July. He casually asked, "Do you guys think this is front page worthy?" Some guy replies, "Nah." Damn. And then out of nowhere, 6,000 players in a single day. For 2014, that was crazy, and thus Aesthetical had captured lightning in a bottle. A new Roblox classic was born. Prison Life didn't reinvent the wheel. It didn't have groundbreaking mechanics, insane UIs, or mind-blowing graphics, but that's what made it special. It was simple, intuitive. You press play and you're in. No long tutorials, no overcomplicated systems. You picked one of two teams. Guards, whose job was to maintain order, or at least pretend to, and inmates, whose entire existence revolved around escaping and causing mayhem. Guards would patrol the halls, open cells, and usually abuse their power within 5 minutes. Inmates would follow the daily routine, breakfast, yard time, repeat, but everyone was secretly plotting. Always plotting. One inmate's distracting the guard, the other one sneaking a hammer to escape. Absolute cinema. Prison Life grew big, fast, but behind the scenes, it was a mess. According to Aesthetical himself, the original game had a super broken code. Combine that with the rising wave of exploiters, and yeah, the game might actually have fallen off. So instead of endlessly patching a broken system, he made the big decision. Start over. That led to Prison Life 2.0, which started production in late 2014 or early 2015. Aesthetical showed off all kinds of features. AI guards, new weapons, crafting systems, whole new prison layouts, vehicles, and even snipers. Yes, he teased a literal sniper. I sure do hope it will get added soon. But slowly, over time, he started scrapping features, scaling back, refocusing, because what made the original game great wasn't its complexity. It was its simplicity, so he kept it tight and focused. Version 2.0 finally dropped on September 24th, 2016. It was everything fans hoped for. Polished, clean, and optimized. It felt like the same Prison Life we loved, but with a fresh coat of paint. The UI was improved, gameplay was smoother, and the map was just the right mix of familiar and new. And the player count? Off the charts. For months, it sat comfortably on the front page. Ah yes, the game passes. The Great Equalizer, or the ultimate pay-to-win menace, depending on who you ask. For just a few Robux, you could get the Riot Shield and M4A1, instantly transforming you into a walking war crime. The M4 was a laser beam. The riot shield made you borderline invincible, and when you gave that combo to a 12-year-old with anger issues, well, it's Jover. Sure, you could escape, raid the prison, get weapons, but once a shield user pulled up, you might as well log off.
Shoot a gun, dog. Learn how to fucking shoot a gun, you
fucking riot shield. What else am I gonna
Oh, riot shield! I'm a pussy that use riot shield!
Oh, and remember the promised sniper thing? Yeah, that became a meme. Aesthetical teased it for years, never dropped it. Might as well just be Half-Life 3 at this point. So here we are, 2017, prime time for Roblox's growth, new players flooding in daily. And prison life? It was still pulling numbers. It wasn't top 5 anymore, but it stayed on the front page for a while. But something felt off. Aesthetical started going quiet, no major updates, no balance patches. Meanwhile, the exploits started rolling in like a storm. From simple kill aura scripts to full-on admin abuse hacks, players with infinite health, it was chaos. The saddest part? That wasn't a skill issue. The game was still great, still fun, still addicting, but it was becoming unplayable. New players were confused, while the older players were just logging in for nostalgia, taking one look and logging back out. Like revisiting your old neighborhood and finding out someone turned it into a parking lot.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Fans begged for help, but he was gone. Like, not literally gone, he was still around, just not working on prison life anymore. No posts, no tweets, just silence. Then came the meteor that basically hit the dinosaur. A game called Jailbreak launched in beta and god damn it exploded. Jailbreak wasn't just inspired by prison life, it was basically a spiritual sequel. It had cars, banks, helicopters, a whole open world. It was everything people wish prison life would become. And yeah, it crushed the competition. Within weeks, Jailbreak was pulling hundreds and thousands of concurrent players, millions of visits per day. It became the new crown jewel of Roblox, even got featured as the Roblox logo on mobile devices. But despite Jailbreak's success, prison life still held on. It never fully died. Even while the world moved on, it stayed relevant. And that's how deep its roots went. It wasn't just a game, it was a foundation. By 2017, it was obvious. Prison life had entered what I'd like to call ghost ship mode. Still floating, still sailing, but nobody at the wheel. The exploiters, worse than ever. It got to a point where 90% of public servers were just unplayable. You join and instantly get flung into the void. Everybody was getting killed randomly, as usual. And still, no updates. The Twitter? Inactive. Nothing happened. No hotfix, just silence. And the community went to denial. He'll come back eventually, right? He's probably just working on version 3 in secret. He wasn't. Aesthetical moved on. Fair enough. He never promised to be married to this game forever. This guy made a banger, cashed out, and just disappeared. Just like your dad. Can't blame him for that. But the fans, especially the diehards who grew up with this game, were devastated. Now, let's talk about clones, because there were a lot of them. Like, way too many. Some of them were just sad, others kind of fire. I won't go over the bad clones, so let's just start off with the interesting ones. Let's start with Redwood Prison, released in 2016. A lot of people mistook it for a Prison Life 1 clone, to be honest. It was kind of its own thing. Yeah, it had the same cops versus robbers setup, but it added its own stuff like helicopters, quad bikes, more open design. It didn't exactly blow up on the same scale as Prison Life, but it built a solid fan base, and it still gets remembered, especially since it eventually got its own remaster called Redwood Prison Reworked, made by a completely different dev team, by the way. That alone proves it wasn't just a Prison Life ripoff. Then there was CS Prison Life. Or Prison Life Remastered, depending on when you found it. This one's a bit of a fever dream. The combat was in first person, which sounds cool until you realize the controls were absolute dog water. The devs were clearly aiming for a more tactical, immersive vibe, but there were just many issues with it. You either loved it for the ambition or hated it. Eventually it got taken down, probably for the best, but still kinda sad. And finally, the infamous PL save. Basically a private version of the game that included a bunch of dev-only or unused content. Stuff like early mechanics, unreleased weapons, custom GUI, you name it. Naturally, it became a massive talking point in the community. People obsessed over it. So obsessed, in fact, that some guy started harassing Aesthetical just to release it. Damn, what the fuck? Imagine being the guy who made everyone's childhood game and you log in just to get spammed by weirdos demanding your unfinished creation. If you're curious about all that drama and what was actually inside, PL save, Kool-Aid Man is the best made a video breaking it all down. Credits to that person too, because most of the information gathered for this video is from them. Games come and go. Communities rise and fall and sometimes disappear overnight, but the ones that stick leave behind more than just playtime. They leave memories, influence, clones, drama, legends, and a legacy. So what's the point of all this? Why even look back at a broken, half-updated Roblox game from 2016? Well, here's the thing. There's actually a lot to learn. 1. Sometimes lightning strikes once. Not every game needs battle passes, new maps every Friday, or flashy skin drops to stay relevant. Sometimes something just lands. Right place, right time, right people, and when it does, you don't force it, you ride the wave. Prison Life was that wave. It was scuffed, buggy, totally unbalanced, but it had heart. It had energy. It wasn't trying to be cool, it just was. It didn't follow trends, it accidentally became one. That's the kind of magic you can't fake, and sometimes when it fades, you just gotta be grateful it happened at all. 2. Game devs owe you entertainment, not their soul. The Roblox community can be demanding as hell, especially when it comes to legacy games. And yeah, people wanted more out of Prison Life. More guns, more balance, more updates. Aesthetical could have easily cashed in and gone full live service mode. But he didn't. Because he's just one dude. No dev team, no publisher, no army of scripters and modelers behind him. Just a guy who made a game when he was young, watched it blow up, and then moved on. Grew up, found new interests, and that's okay. That's normal. We forget that sometimes we treat devs like they're vending machines. But these people have lives. They have burnout, they grow, they change, and when they decide to step away, that doesn't erase what they gave us. So appreciate what you got instead of flaming someone for not giving you more. Prison Life was lightning in a bottle. Prison Life wasn't perfect, but it shaped a genre, defined an era, and proved that even the simplest games can become cultural landmarks. The golden age didn't come from polish or perfection. It came from passion. That's what we should remember.